From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm Jolie Salee in Belgrade, where residents are voicing their concerns about parking to City Council.
And a Red Lodge firefighter who was badly burned in a wildfire last year now advocating for volunteer firefighters everywhere. His story of recovery and his new mission in life coming up at 6:35. It is now 6:30. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here, working our way through a lovely morning.
Yeah.
Soon to be the last of those for a while, from what your forecast is telling me. We're about to hit reality. Is what's really
it is going to
happen.
change for us. Last night, absolutely gorgeous. Lots of trick-or-treaters out.
Lovely.
Kids had a grand time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, teachers. I know that this is potentially the hardest day of the year.
It will be a tough one in schools today for younger students.
30s, and maybe a few older ones too. I don't
Right?
know. 30s and 40s. You know what? The older students that were coming through, the older trick-or-treaters, I gladly give them all the candy.
Absolutely.
There's so much worse stuff to be doing than trick-or-treating.
Absolutely agree with you on that. That's it.
I'm off my soapbox. Temperatures very mild this morning, 30s and 40s for us as we're starting the morning. I think the afternoon we top out near 60 degrees. That's a hard one to believe, but you should. It's going to be warm and windy today. Big changes in store. That complete forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:31 now. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Helena investigating a priest the diocese says is accused of abusing a child back in 2001. Bishop Austin Vetter says the diocese notified law enforcement after learning of the accusation. Priest is now on administrative leave. According to the diocese, the priest no longer permitted to have contact with minors. Now, MTN is not identifying the priest at this time since he has not been charged with a crime. The Diocese of Helena says upon the conclusion of any law enforcement investigation, it will initiate a third-party investigation into the accusation. The diocese strongly encourages anyone who has been a victim of abuse by the diocese personnel or clergy to report the incident to law enforcement and the diocese victims advocate. Other news, parking controversy brewing in a new Belgrade subdivision. MTN's Jolie Salee visited Prescott Ranch and talked with some people who live there and the chief of the Belgrade Police about what can be done to address the issue.
I'm here in Belgrade, where on October 17th, City Council held a meeting to rework the city's parking code. They say every single chair in the room was full, and most of the people in attendance reside right here in the Prescott Ranch subdivision.
If I heard that the city was making it so that it could be, like anyone could park in the neighborhood, I'd be pretty bummed about that.
Margot Marsh has lived in Prescott Ranch for 2 years. She says her favorite thing about the neighborhood is how safe she feels with her kids when they're playing outside.
The appeal of this neighborhood is being able to have the streets clear for kids, and in the wintertime, especially when the snow is getting plowed, to not have RVs and stuff covered in snow on the road.
Marsh says she's heard a lot of concerns from her neighbors when it comes to parking.
We were very frustrated, all of us who appeared that evening and others who have written letters to the council.
When Annette Stenger purchased her home at Prescott Ranch, she signed an HOA agreement to abide by certain parking rules.
One of those rules was no overnight parking.
Now, she says the council isn't living up to its original agreement. The agreement was that the HOA could give notices to people who've parked over a 24-hour period and possibly fine them. But
all of a sudden, we hear from the city council that they no longer wish to honor that.
In the October 17th meeting, the council considered reworking the parking code but decided to save formal action for the upcoming meeting on November 7th.
The city has grown exponentially and demands on parking have changed as well.
Stenger says the HOA hopes to find a compromise to keep Prescott Ranch the way it is, but because the streets within the subdivision are public streets, Police Chief Dustin Lensing says that's complicated.
If any restrictive parking laws, ordinances, infractions, what have you, are enforced on the roadway, they should be uniform in nature and they should be enforced, by the city of Belgrade, who owns and controls those streets.
But Prescott Ranch residents remain hopeful.
Well, we're hoping that we can come to a mutual agreement.
In Belgrade, Jolie Salee, MTN News.
More to follow on that story, certainly. 6:35 now. It's been a year since Red Lodge firefighter Dan Stephenson was welcomed back home after being severely burned while fighting a wildfire. Stephenson is a veteran volunteer who's fought countless fires across western U.S. But when the wind shifted during the Harris fire in July of 2021, he became engulfed in flames, spent months recovering in Utah. Now, as MTN's Andrea Lutz reports, Dan is using his brush with death to advocate for other volunteers.
Our Montana volunteer firefighters spend a lot of their own money gearing up for the job. In fact, boots by themselves can cost as much as $600. And that's why there's a push to sell these. It's a brand new calendar that'll benefit volunteers. And you'll find on the back a familiar face that's helping in the effort.
In just seconds, the direction of Dan Stephenson's life changed.
And we never think we're going to get burned over, ever.
Just as fast as the wind that sent a wall of fire in his path.
It was the last thing I ever thought of. So it was a big deal.
But now, a year later,
being home is amazing. And my family, my fire family, has been phenomenal.
The more I hear Dan's story, the more I admire him and I admire firefighters. The first time I heard it, I cried.
When AJ met Dan, it was because of this, through an effort to get these calendars in the hands of every single person they could. It's all part of the work of MSUB students tasked with coming up with a commercial through a class project to sell them and benefit Yellowstone County volunteers. And here's why.
Because without it, they won't survive a fire.
Dan's equipment saved his life, although now torn and charred.
65% of Yellowstone County is volunteer firefighters. And they're usually the last to be funded because you don't see them often.
It means that many times volunteers are fighting fires without the proper gear they need.
At the beginning of the year, you try to get everybody geared up, and you might have 5 guys that they have to share a shirt.
AJ says that just cannot happen.
We all call on our firefighters and they all come to our rescue. And to know that they're all volunteers and from head to toe, these outfits cost $1,000. And some of them are out there in blue jeans.
Dan isn't quite back on the job just yet. In fact, he is still healing.
I was almost all done, and then they dragged me to Salt Lake to regraft. I'm hoping by Thanksgiving I can get back on a truck.
And his shield will be ready then, too. It's a goal he wants for all volunteers. In Red Lodge, Andrea Lutz, MTN News.
All right, 6:38 now. Hurricane Ian, one of the most devastating storms to hit the United States mainland in years. Florida residents still picking up the pieces, and just days before, Puerto Rico was ravaged by torrential rain and powerful winds brought on by Hurricane Fiona. The destruction left in the wake of these storms begs the question, are hurricanes getting stronger? Newsy's meteorologist Scott Withers dives in.
In September, Hurricane Ian made landfall in southwestern Florida. The deadly storm killed more than 100 people and caused tens of billions of dollars in damages.
I'm going to cry. I thank God that I had my son come home again. I really did. I'm crying now.
So what fueled all the destruction? Are hurricanes getting stronger? And is there a link to a warming planet? Ian began as a tropical depression in the Caribbean and then pummeled Cuba as a Category 3 storm. It then moved over the waters in the Gulf of Mexico that were 2 to 3 degrees warmer than usual in September, and that gave the storm a big boost. The hurricane's swirling winds sucked up the heat energy per hour, a Category 4 at landfall, and one of the strongest storms to ever hit the U.S. While scientists can't pin any one storm on a warming planet, the behavior of the hurricane was consistent with how scientists predict a hotter ocean might supercharge future storms. So is climate change making hurricanes stronger? Maybe, but the evidence isn't there yet. The tropical Atlantic Ocean has warmed by 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit compared to recent decades. But despite that increase in ocean water temperature, scientists don't think the annual number of major hurricanes in the Atlantic has risen since 1850.
We don't really see very strong evidence at this time for some type of long-term linear change, such as something that would be driven by increasing greenhouse gases.
The climate footprint might be there, but it could be drowned out by other fluctuations, Newton says. Atlantic hurricanes seem to diminish from the 1950s to the 1980s, but scientists aren't sure why. Some think globally tropical cyclones have already become rainier. One study suggested that since 1998, the storms have dumped 1% more rain each year. All that rain can cause deadly flooding, adding to other risks like winds and storm surge. But what about the future? Knudsen uses computer models to simulate how a hotter, wetter atmosphere might affect hurricane trends.
So we kind of have a little bit of a give and take overall for hurricane activity, landfalling hurricane activity in the Atlantic Basin, where we have fewer storms overall in the basin, but a greater fraction of those storms making landfall. And we have a greater fraction of the storms reaching category 4 and 5 levels.
For every degree Fahrenheit of warmer global temperatures, the NOAA computer model predicts hurricane wind speeds to increase by 1%. Well, that may not sound like much, but it would raise potential damage by 3%. And with every inch of sea level rise, NOAA says the storm surge from any given storm will be greater, and the water will tend to move further inland, making the forecast for the coming decades stormy indeed. I'm Newsy meteorologist Scott Withers.
All right, thanks, Scott. 6:41 now. Just a reminder, this coming weekend, it's time to fall back. Daylight savings time comes to an end early Sunday morning. You're going to want to set your clocks back Saturday. Also, it's a great time to remind yourselves, go out now, get batteries for your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide detectors. A great time to go and check those and make sure they're up to date as well. Early Sunday morning, we fall back as daylight savings time comes to an end.